what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Welcome to I'm with the Band on the Mesh Network. Make sure to go check out our website at www.themesh.tv. You can also go to our voicemail line at 828-619-0048 for comments, and you can also email us at info@themesh.tv. Welcome to I'm with the Band today. I'm your host, Andrew Moose. Today with us on I'm with the Band, we have from right here in Hickory, North Carolina, the Quick Walkers, Abigail Taylor and Jordan Gibbs. How are you guys today?
Good.
Doing great.
Great. Well, just tell us a little bit about how you guys met and when you started playing music together.
Well, okay, so we met in 5th grade.
A long time ago.
Yes, and there's actually a picture of us that I think whenever we do come out with like an actual album, the album cover I think is going to be the picture of us. We're like standing with both, like instead of his hands being down like where they're supposed to be around my waist, we have both of our arms.
Oh, so the awkward 5th grade dance photo.
And we're both,
I've definitely seen that photo on your Facebook page. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic. That would be a great album cover for sure.
Yes. So yeah, we met in 5th grade, but then I guess we kind of
branched off with different groups once.
And then
middle school.
And then after college, we met back up, and I don't know. I guess we were both kind of bored at first. Yeah. Neither one of us had a job.
Right.
So we were both, well, let's start writing music together. And so we actually started writing music together around this time last year.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
How do you guys write music? Do you come up with the lyrics and Jordan comes with the music, or is it a collaborative effort? Or
kind of depending on the song. We've written some songs together, just all at once. I'm playing guitar and words just flow out of our brains.
I think a lot of times it is kind of, I guess I start out sort of like I have these lyrics, and then usually he kind of has some sort of, tune that he's had in his head for. Yeah, and then that's usually how it works. And it's usually like, well, let's write this song at 2 a.m. and we'll get done with it. Like,
yeah,
right. What are your musical influences?
Mine's Tom Petty.
Right.
All the way.
So many. I don't know, skip. I guess mixtures of like the Beatles. I mean, whose influences is not the Beatles, but and Etta James, Otis Redding, and a huge fan of Ray LaMontagne. Yeah.
Good artist.
Right. Do you think definitely those influences come out through your music?
I think a little bit. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times, like I'll think of my influences as if, like, okay, maybe someday someone's gonna ask me what my influences are, and I'm gonna have to come up with a list of them.
Well, today's the day.
So this is that day, and but I don't know. I think that whenever I think of my influences, I'm like, I don't really sound like any of those people. But that's not the point. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Right. Other than your own music that you're writing, who are you listening to right now?
Who are you listening to right now?
Well, that's a good question.
I've been listening to a lot of Alt J. Have you heard Alt J?
You've sent me a link to Alt J.
Yeah,
I've listened to them.
They're good.
They are good.
They're cool. They're I guess kind of a mixture of like sort of folk alternative, a little bit of like an electronic kind of, I don't know. They're super good. They're from Great Britain somewhere.
Right.
Wow.
Well, going and listening to the recordings that you guys have, it doesn't seem like that you would like that type music because you guys are more of a folk Americana type.
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't want to pigeonhole you. But what do you think about people using auto-tune and using a lot of electronic mixtures in their recordings. Do you think it strips it down, or do you think it adds to it, or?
It depends on how you use
it. It really depends. I agree with that. It's like I like some electronic music as well. You know, it's all just computerized, but at the same time, I think it sounds pretty cool, and it's an artist that's able to come up with the idea for different sounds.
Yeah, so. I guess you can use it as in a way to just make the art more.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there are a lot of artists that, you know, they've either like moved into using electronic stuff in their music, and I'm just like, man, I really like you better just raw as, you know, but I tend to go more towards unplugged kind of stuff, but I don't know, every once in a while I'm like, I just want some crazy techno in my face.
Right. Well, you know, there is a debate out there amongst musicians whether or not
whether it's good.
EDM, whether it's good or not, I guess it's subjective, but whether they're artists at all, you know, if they're coming up with these, with the computer and the different beats you can bob your head to, if you will. But
and when I really think about it, like, I mean, it's so much fun. I feel like if I had the technology, I think I would mess around with it more, and I don't know, but I can see that. I feel like I used to think like, oh man, well that's not real music. But I mean, that's your opinion, I guess.
Right, it's all subjective.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So. Speaking of subjective music, how do you feel about? I don't want to say talent shows, but they are talent shows. The Voice and American Idol and all that. How do you feel that? How do you think that fits into our music scene right now?
Do you watch?
I think it's just kind of scripted.
Right.
And, I think it's, I don't know, not necessarily fake, but I mean, I guess it's cool. I don't really watch it.
If you had the opportunity, would you do it?
No.
I don't know. I don't think I would either. But I do. I think if I think about I haven't really watched The Voice, really, but I know how it works.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the idea of The Voice better than like American Idol, because I feel like American Idol, the whole first part of it is, even though it's funny, and I'm guilty of watching it just to have a laugh, like the whole first few, episodes, it's just like, let's just make fun of these people who obviously don't know that they can't sing or whatever.
They have very supportive parents.
Yeah.
Right.
So that can be good. But I like the way The Voice, at least, like you can't see they can't see the person. They can only judge them by what they sound like. So that's kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm. That's how it works, right?
Right. I believe if they like what they hear, they can choose them to be on their team or.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool to have it do it more like like we're gonna guide you. That's kind of cool.
Right.
And it's usually someone who's like, they're musical. I feel like if I was either a huge Christina Aguilera fan, or I don't know who's on there now.
I'm not sure either.
Whoever, I know Blake Shelton's on there. So if I was like a fan of one of those people, I'd be like, I'm going to meet him and I'm going to go be on his team. I think I would do it if I...
Great. So back to the Quick Walkers, and where do you see yourself in the not too distant future as a band? Is this a hobby, or would you like to expound on it more, or where do you see yourself?
Well, really, I'm just waiting on the door to open up, I guess you could say, because, I mean, if we could make a career necessarily out of this, I would love it. My life would be set. But I guess we're just kind of, it's a waiting game. And if anything, it's just a pastime and a hobby for right now. It's fun for me. I enjoyed playing every single second of it.
I think I would like to. I definitely want to make an album soon, like in the next year. Maybe.
Well, Abigail Taylor, you read my mind. Is there an album in the works, or is it?
Well, we have. We know what we want our album cover to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the album cover, check. And well, you know, we've done a few little recordings with some friends up in Asheville. We kind of had like our recording sort of like our first sort of time really recording, I guess, kind of professionally, like last year, and that was really fun. But nothing really came of it because it was unfinished, and we only did like a few. We really just wanted to like try it out and see what it sounded like, because I don't really. I mean, like listening to ourselves, like the crisp version of, I don't know, it's so different. And
there's a fine art of listening to yourself on being recorded. And
doing it objectively and thinking, like, this is what the song needs, and we need to take this part out. And it's kind of crazy, but it's fun. So I really want to do it soon, but I think I really just want to do it not necessarily to have an album, but just to, like, experience recording. And we'd like to bring in some other people too. Yeah. We have a guy, Santiago. He's actually only in high school, and he's about to graduate and probably go on to better things. But for now, he'll play with us out, and he plays violin.
He's amazing,
and he's so good. So
it's great to hear young talent that's so good.
Yes,
right, and you can just see him going higher places.
Yes.
Fantastic to see. And
he's very popular. I mean, for a good reason. Like everyone knows who Santiago is because he's really good. I mean, first of all, he's a great violinist, but also he's just, whenever we've done stuff like, we played Oktoberfest, little things, whenever we go out and play somewhere, he has this whole group from Hickory who were just so supportive and cool, and they're just like, he has a lot of fans.
Yeah.
And you can tell because he's super nice, and
he's really nice.
So he's going to go far.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to play with Abigail and Santiago at the Hickory's Downtown Art Crawl, and I surely can attest that Santiago is you can spot great talent from miles away, and he's a bright star of just something else.
He's good.
So if you think Santiago might not be, say around after he leaves school, are you guys open to bringing other players in to have a full band, or what? What's the plan?
Yeah,
I am. I mean,
I would like a violinist.
Absolutely.
And maybe
standing bass.
Standing bass, definitely.
Yes. Maybe some drum.
Yeah, I really want a beatboxer, actually. I want someone who's really good at beatboxing to do kind of like have you heard the Carolina Chocolate Drops?
I have.
I like that.
I love how they do, they'll fit in like beatboxing and different types of percussion that aren't just like, some drums. I really like that.
I think that's what a lot of the people that are out there, they're trying to find new music. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for the new... something different.
Yeah.
Something different. And I think you guys are on your way to getting to that point.
I hope so. I don't want to be totally the same as somebody else.
Right.
I mean, I just don't want to sound like... I don't know. I just don't want to be boring. I don't want to bore people. I kind of want to, be
something different in a way.
Yeah.
Sound.
So.
Well, let's hear it. How about it? Sound
good?
Sounds great.
What's the first song you guys are going to play for us?
So I think the first song we're going to play is Come Home, Come. And this is actually the song, kind of the first song that we really wrote together. And we actually wrote it, I think, on Halloween last year. I think, yeah. And I think it was like a song that I had been working on for a little while, and I just didn't like it. There was just something missing. It was kind of, I don't know, there's something about it I didn't like, so I kind of pushed it aside for a long time. And then I brought it back up with Jordan, and he was like, what if we do this and this and this? And it ended up, being kind of our favorite little, and it's a little, I don't know, we'll play it.
Right.
Fantastic. We're here, the Quick Walkers, with Come Home, Come.
By the frames that you hung, the pictures in them weep for they cry, come home, come. The buzzards circle round the dead and wait for some to fall. We cling to life by just a thread. If mine breaks, will it matter at all? I cry from pain, and I sold your things in town today so I could drown myself in gin. But the thoughts of you, they still go away, and the house is bare again. I cry, come, Lord, come. I cry, come, Lord, please, won't you come? You stepped back into this barren space, found me lying alone on the floor. I thought you'd hardly recognize my face. I thought that you wouldn't love me anymore. But as if the war had never been, and I never did you any wrong. You filled our house with laughter again, said that you'd been here all along, said that you'd been here all along, said, my dear, I've been here all along.
Well, guys, that was great. I just, it's awesome being able to hear music that's that good coming from right here in Hickory.
Thanks.
How do you feel about the music community in our area? Do you feel like it's supportive, or?
I think so, definitely.
I believe so as well.
And I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that we're doing this right now because we really have been together like a year.
Right.
Pretty
much starting now.
And ever since we started, we just started doing little things around town. Like, the Hickory Music Factory does like their open mic at Copper Bean. And we started, doing stuff like that. And I feel like everyone who does that, and everyone really seems to be really cool with each other and friends and supportive. And, there's always young people, older, like they're all
a mixture of every.
So cool.
It really is
supportive. I really haven't met like a group of musicians that were like turning their noses up. Really, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right. That's great to hear. It's having a good supportive musical community is always a great thing to have.
That's awesome.
Especially when you get into having a band, and with everybody's schedules, it's so difficult to hold a band together.
It is.
Being able to have people come in and out as you see fit is a great thing to have.
Yeah, and it can turn into kind of a competition.
Sure.
So it's good to just not think of it that way and think of it as like we're all creating together, and like
yes,
and it's fun to pull people from other bands and not be like, hey, we're stealing your drummer or whatever. But it's fun that a lot of people in Hickory seem to be really up for that, just kind of jumping around and filling in and stuff. It's really cool.
Well, listening to you guys, I'd hate to put you in a category, but would you say you're folk and Americana, or what would you classify yourself as?
That's how I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, I asked my roommate. I was like, "Hey, what are we? What's Jordan and I? What are we objectively?"
Yeah.
But
I really don't know.
I'd say folk, I guess. But I think
really what I would
at first we started pulling a lot from bluegrass,
Mm-hmm.
and I think maybe just like this bluegrass and like Irish folk, just like the singing style, like the kind of just not really trying to. I don't know. Just I like the raw kind of.
I'm the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
We talked about the electronic music, and then on the completely other side of the spectrum is the hootenanny, the holler around the mic type thing with the folk and Americana music.
Hootenanny.
And you see there's a lot of bands that are up and coming now that are they're trying to go into that direction as well. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's good that it's turning people are starting to like that type music more and more, or do you see that as well, or is that am I just making that up?
I think you're just making that up. Just kidding. I don't know. I really like that kind of just sort of raw, almost kind of back to the basic. That's what you were talking about, right?
Back
like,
to.
I don't know. I really like that. I like that I can, like, my little brother is 18, and I can tell that he's, he used to listen to he listens to a lot of, Wiz Khalifa and everything, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then I could tell all of a sudden recently, like, him and a lot of his friends are getting back to not only, like, that kind of music, but also, like, really into Queen and are really into Led Zeppelin.
Awesome.
And are really, like, kind of going back to some of the, getting really into Bob Dylan and stuff. I think that's really cool. Brings a tear to my eye. I think that's cool. But some of the younger people are, what am I saying? I'm young, but
Yeah.
Right. Well, how old are you guys?
The whippersnappers.
How old are you guys?
23.
23.
Both 23 years old.
Yes.
Yep.
Little young whippersnappers.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's awesome. How about we hear another song from you guys? What's up next?
Okay, we're going to play a song called Norma Jean. Yeah.
Tell us how Norma Jean came about.
That's all Abby.
Yeah, so I guess sort of started as sort of a poem kind of thing, and then Jordan just kind of...
She played it once, and I just thought of the chords.
You're like,
and
hey,
it's
I know how this goes.
The melody came with it.
Just came right with it.
Yeah, so, and Norma Jean, when you hear it, I think you'll kind of figure out who the song is about. So, yeah.
That's great. Well, hear the Quick Walkers with Norma Jean.
Did you mean to become so loved by age 30? And when you died, did you have a smile upon that pretty young face? Did you think that the papers would be so mean? Hey, Norma Jean, was it clean, one of them damn conspiracies? Were you wanting to stay, or did you plan it that way? Did you fall, or did you fly away? Hey, Norma Jean, were you really as timid as you seem? Or were you proud, or were you frightened when they crowned you queen? Did you lie through that movie screen? The history books and magazines don't tell. Can't see through those eyes of woe. I'm sure it's sin that the readings didn't tell your sweet soul where to go. The movie men, they breathe down your neck. and proudly drug themselves with you. But they didn't see how brilliantly you played their silly games too. Hey, Marilyn, if you could, would you do it all again? When you died, would you have a smile upon that pretty young face?
So that was the Quick Walkers with Norma Jean. Guys, what's the fascination with Norma Jean?
Well, Norma Jean is Marilyn Monroe's actual name.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know. I'm fascinated with people who have died young and did a lot in that short period of time. I don't know. Just, I feel like I write a lot about tragic figures.
Right.
So
It was Marilyn Monroe in the 27 Club.
was
Do
it?
you guys know what the 27 Club is?
No, she was 30-something.
30-something?
I think.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it.
There was a lot of very famous musicians.
But yeah,
that
but
met their untimely death.
there were a lot of
27.
27 though.
Yeah.
Right. Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
I didn't know if she
A lot
fell
of the-
into that category as well.
No, but I think it is. It's around. I think she was like 30-something.
Right.
But there, I like the idea of like just the weird kind of conspiracy stuff that always seems to pop up whenever someone really important or really famous has died. There's always just this crazy amount of like, oh my God, what really happened? Who really, whatever. Yeah.
There are a lot of conspiracy theories that follow the death of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
There are. One is the CIA killed her, right? Something like that.
Or there was something having to do with JFK.
Right. Because she was JFK's mistress or
Something like
something
that.
like
Yeah.
that. You heard it here first, guys. I'm with the band.
If you haven't heard that, it's kind of a weird. And I hate, I say I hate getting into conspiracy stuff, but I actually really like it.
Right.
But I feel like it makes you paranoid because then it makes you start thinking, oh, everything is a conspiracy. Which I feel like sometimes I think that way a little too much, probably, but
I'm the same way.
I got you.
it's fun.
Switching gears a little bit, guys. How do you feel about online music sharing?
Are you online much, Jordan?
Not really, no.
Jordan doesn't really get online
No.
much. I do a lot
Good for
of.
you, bud.
I don't know.
If somebody were to take Norma Jean or come home,
Oh,
and would you feel slighted? Would you be like, oh well, that's just getting our music out there to the masses, or would you feel like they should pay for that?
God.
I don't know. I'd kind of be happy that somebody would take
Right.
the time to download it and that they would want to listen to it. I'd be kind of happy just at that.
Right.
So I don't really care about the money part. So
I feel like right now it's kind of like we don't really have to work, and there is no money coming in
yes,
for anything that we do yet. Really,
Right.
except tips.
yeah,
So I think maybe if we were making money with, like, if we actually had an hour, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe I would change my mind.
That's-
But I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not in it for the money, and that's because I don't make any money. So I guess.
That's a good way to put it.
That is the.
But I do. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. I like the idea of just kind of sharing the beauty of just
Your talent.
sharing and letting people experience the art. But I don't know if I would like it if all of a sudden I decided, oh, this is mine. You can't take this from me. This is
Right. So, where can we find you guys online? You guys Facebook or Reverb Nation?
We are on Facebook and it's just the Quick Walkers. And we have a Reverb Nation website as well. And we actually set that up today. Because they're like, to say, pretty much to say that we have one now.
Right.
Yeah.
Reverb Nation's is a very good source for local musicians.
It is.
The rabbit hole feature on Reverb Nation is great. Have you guys?
No, I have not checked that out yet.
I'm an avid Reverb Nation listener. If you go to your Reverb Nation page, at the bottom where the player is, there's a rabbit hole button by the player. You can hit the rabbit hole button, and
it just shuffles.
It will direct you to another band that's similar. In taste, and it's endless. It's a real neat feature on that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you check that out?
Right. So, do you guys have another song you want to play for us today?
I think the last thing we're going to do is kind of a shorter little song that we just recently wrote. And it's called the Lindsay Song. And it's actually about my roommate. So I just wrote this little song for her, surprised her.
Yeah.
So.
And she played it for me, and I was like, that's going to be one of the songs we keep.
That's great.
There's a keeper. So
that's awesome.
And I actually play ukulele on it, and so I don't play anything in public other than sing. So yeah.
Well, luckily it's not. You're not in public. You're just JGI studio and in front of millions of listeners.
No pressure at all.
Well, here's the Quick Walkers with the Lindsay Song.
Standing there with her raven hair
Well, Quick Walkers, thank you for joining us today on the Mesh Network on I'm With the Band.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be sure to go to Facebook and check out The Quick Walkers. Reverb Nation, The Quick Walkers. The Quick Walkers. TheQuickWalkers.com, right?
It's the Quick Workers or the Quick Walkers.
The Quick Twerkers.
We might actually change it because we actually just put we went onto like a band name generator and just typed the into the band name generator, and it just gave us a bunch of different options. So I think we ended up, it was between like Quick Walkers or like, like the goat farmers. So
the goat farmers?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
No, just kidding. The real story is not much more interesting than that.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it before we end. How did the name The Quick Walkers come about?
Well, there were some people walking behind my vehicle
to us, and we got really scared. We were like at McDonald's or something.
It's something like that.
And there were just some people kind of. They ended up just being power walkers.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Jordan just said,
It's like, well, those are some quick walkers, and as soon as I said it, we're just like,
hey,
that's pretty cool.
Hey. Right. Well, do you guys have any other gigs that are coming up that you'd like to plug?
Well, November 15th, right? We're playing with you.
With me, with Moose and Friends.
Yeah,
right.
with Moose and Friends. And that's going to be at the Tap Room.
At the Old Hickory Tap Room on November 15th. That's right.
Starting at 9, I think.
9:30.
9:30. So, but that's our next thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then Saturday,
we're going to play
the Copper Band.
the open mic thing.
Right. And those listening at home, go check out the Quick Walkers at the Copper Bean at the Hickory Music Factory open mic. And that's every last Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
Last Saturday of the month.
It usually starts at, I think it's 7. I'm terrible at remembering what times. I don't want to steer anybody wrong.
Gotcha.
It's online somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you go check out the Quick Walkers on Facebook and Reverb Nation and their website, thequickwalkers.com. Thank y'all, Abigail and Jordan, for coming in this afternoon and having what was the one word I'm looking for?
Having
a great time with
grand old time.
Right, listening to some of your great music.
Thanks.
Be sure to check out The Mesh. Subscribe to The Mesh on iTunes. Our website is www.themesh.tv. You can leave a voicemail at 828-619-0048. Email us at info@themesh.tv. I'm Andrew Moose, and this has been I'm With the Band with the Quick Walkers. Thanks. See you next time.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.